After winning last week's game with some insane luck from Thunderous, your LA Wakers are now in the semifinals, and this time we're taking on Jay Ricky, coach of the Gigaton Hammers. His team is absolutely insane, with Protean Meowscarada, Keldeo to throw off strong Hydro Pumps, and Salamence. He has an Iron Treads to set up Stealth Rock and spin them away, an Uxie for support, an Asui and Quillfish to set up spikes, a Rotom Heat to check my Metagross, as well as Morgrem to set up dual screens. His two Terra Captains are incredibly powerful, a Sinistcha that can Terrasilize into a Fairy or Steel type, and a Hariyama that can Terrasilize into a Fairy, Steel, or Water type. Because I'm worried about Keldeo and I want something that can weaken Iron Treads, I went with Thunderbolt Focus Blast Thunderous Incarnate. I'm EV to outspeed Keldeo, and my HP EVs allow me to take one Rapid Spin into max attack Ice Spinner from Iron Treads. The whole purpose of this team is to weaken Iron Treads for one of my late game sweepers, and I can do that by going for U-Turn to bring on out to a more favorable matchup, and I have Prankster Thunder Wave for Dragon Dance Salamence. My next pick is Choice Scarf for Shifu. With the HP and defense EVs, I can take one Choice Scarf Meowscarada's Flower Trick and hit it with U-Turn, but I also have Close Combat and Surging Strikes, which hits my opponent's entire team outside of Sinistcha for really strong damage. Ice Spinner rounds out my coverage for Salamence and also gives me a strong hit versus Sinistcha. I'm Adamant Max Attack with enough speed to outspeed a modest Choice Scarf Rotom. Because Sinistcha can be a problem for Urshifu, I wanted a guaranteed switch in, which is why we have Covert Cloak, specially defensive Overquill, with Taunt, Crunch, Spikes, and Pain Split. Taunt allows me to stop Sinistcha's Strength Sap, and Spikes make both Urshifu and Thundurus incredible threats. They also let me wear down Assault Vest Iron Treads, which I expect my opponent to bring. My special defense EVs allow me to also take a Choice Specs Hydro Pump from Keldeo and Pain Split back to damage. Spikes are also very important because they allow my Choice Scarf Metagross to pick up KOs on both Keldeo and Meowscarada with the combination of Psychic Fangs or Heavy Slam, where Earthquake allows me to 2-hit KO Iron Treads and also 2-hit KO Terra Steel Sinistcha or Terra Steel Hariyama. Even max defense Sinistcha can be 2-hit KO by Heavy Slam with Spikes up, but if a setup Pokemon gets out of hand, I can go for Trick to cripple it. I wanted a Water plus Grass switch in, especially because I want my Overcoat to keep its item this game, so I can't bring in on Meowscarada's knockoff, which is why we have physically defensive Arboliva with Terra Fairy. My defense EVs allow me to take one Heavy Slam from Iron Treads as a Fairy and Giga Drain / Strength Slap back to damage. I also guarantee take one Protean Triple Axle. Alluring Voice allows me to hit both Salamence, Sinistcha, and Meowscarada for solid damage, while also confusing any Pokemon that tries to set up. Encore also allows me to lock a Sinistcha into Calm Mind or a Hariyama into Belly Drum. My special defense EVs plus Citrus Berry allow me to take two Specs Hydro Pumps from Keldeo as a Fairy type after Grassy Terrain. My last Pokemon is a Calm Mind Booster Energy Speed Boosting Screamtail, which is incredible in this matchup. Thundurus plus Spikes allow me to weaken Iron Treads, as well as Crunch from Overquill, and my Choice Scarf Metagross, that way a +1 Focus Blast from Screamtail can knock it out. This week I'm forced to go Focus Blast over Flamethrower because of Heat Proof Sinistcha if it Terra Steals, Thick Fat Hariyama if it Terra Steals, and of course doing more overall damage to Iron Treads. Dazzling Gleam knocks out both Keldeo, even the bulkiest forms, and Meowscarada after Spike at +1, and Psychic Noise can allow me to shut down Sinistcha's Machagacha and Strength Sap. So that's my team for semifinals of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. This could absolutely be my last game in the PPL, but if it is, don't worry, we do have an Uber's Draft League starting next month. So if you do enjoy the Draft League content, consider subscribing because I'm on my way to 500,000 subs and we're not done yet. Also check out my opponent Jay Ricky. He uploads fantastic content and his run has been pretty crazy. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who helped me this week: and Amel, Maverick Shooters, Tony Flygon, Tone, OG Albina, Mounte, as well as Gentleman Thomas for the awesome thumbnail images, and Pedro for the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. It's time for semifinals of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. I'm playing Jay Ricky. This is my first time ever playing Jay Ricky. Really strong, annoying team. I think his Terra Captains are phenomenal into me as well. Sinistcha, Rotom's really good into this build too. I did change Terra Blast to Alluring Voice, same thing, but one of them gives me the ability to confuse, whereas the other one was stab prior and after I Terrasilize on G-Tree, but we'll see. I like Scarf Urshifu lead. I live a Scarf Meowscarada's Flower Trick. I'm also, I can U-turn around basically everything. Gotta be careful around the Rotom. I did get rid of Explosion for Earthquake because of Hariyama. Oh, we'll see if I regret that, but it should be fun. Check out Jay Ricky as well if you guys have enjoyed the draft. This could be my final game of this draft league, but it's okay because we do have the Uber's Draft League starting up in November. But yeah, sub to me, sub to Jay Ricky, and thank you everybody who helped me so far this season. It has been a crazy few weeks. My head definitely has not been into it, so hoping I play well. I should turn off that music in the background. All right, so Uxie lead. I think I'm just going to U-turn immediately, get my chip, He probably has a Citrus Berry because it's Jay Ricky. If he's Scarf, you demon. But I'm okay with that. It could also just be Weakness Policy. No Weakness Policy. I didn't see any Rocky Helmet either. That Uxie also took nothing. Like, actually nothing. Bro is like super Fizz Def, right? I want to get up spikes in this game, but I think I go Thunderous here first. It's okay if it gets status, basically. I can also paralyze Uxie. What did I get tricked? What does he give me? A Lagging Tail? A Flame Orb. Ooh. Unfortunately for you, I'm Facade. Flame Orb's wild. Who was he trying to get with this? Metagross? Bro. Okay, 25, 30, 32. So he's really Fizz Def on this thing. That's fine. Gonna definitely Thunderbolt here. I want my chip. Not gonna bother trying to attack into Treads. Rocks or whatever. Yeah, I think I just keep going for Thunderbolt. I can Focus Blast into Treads later. I'm obviously running Focus Blast, but chipping this thing is really good because my win con is probably my... My win con is probably my my Screamtail. So weakening this Mon, which has Trick plus Rocks. Trick. Rocks. I don't know, U-turn. Something. He does switch. I'm assuming Treads is going to come out. I want to hit it with Focus Blast as well. Oh, Rotom comes out. That's amazing. Nice. I actually need to hit this too. Again, I need these guys all weakened for my win con. That's a big chunk, bro. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this song's stuck in my head, bro. It's like it's 2019. It did about 20%, so it does have HP investment. Focus Blast is a good chunk. I'll try it out. Surging Strikes does knock out the Uxie at this point too. Let's see if we land. Can we land our first? I do live over here. Unless he's modest, plus like speed and everything. So I need damage on this. It's going to help out Arboliva. I wonder if he expects U-turn. Maybe he's probably boots on this thing too. Could be Scarf. If it's Scarf though, it's Scarf bulky because it has HP investment. It is Scarf. Cool. I lived, like I said. I lived! I do miss my Focus Blast. Is what it is. Scarf. It's my choice for using it. My Overquill is Spadef. I like going Overhill here because I can get up a spike. If possible. I do switch so he doesn't. -2. 24 to 28 to my Quill. Maybe he'll miss too. I think Scarf Trick is really good too. Into me. Ah, I did nothing. My God. Nice. Alright, so I kind of wish I had rocks up or rocks in this game, but that's fine. We're going to get up a spike. That's going to open up our Urshifu a lot. Surgeon Strikes is very good. This thing does deal with quite a few of the Pokemon. I think he was trying to catch my Overquill. And now I do have the sack in... I do have that sack in... What's it called? Thunderous. So this is probably Overheats, Volt Switch, stuff like that. I wonder if he's going to expect me to be Scarf Shifu. Because if he doesn't, oof, I'm going to do some damage to him. He might try and overheat again just for the chip, but I'm assuming Treads comes out. Or Keldeo. Both are good. There's Keldeo. Alright, we get a little spike up. That's going to go a long way. It lets me knock out Meowscarado at Heavy Slam. Lets me also knock out Keldeo after too. I think I end up sacking my Thundy here. I'm going to say Uxie's at about 32%, maybe 35%, I want to say. Rotom is at... what is Rotom at? Like 80%? I don't think he didn't double. He definitely didn't double. Because I switched out first. Ba-da-da, da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Let me turn that off as well. I have it in the background play. Goes for surf. Don't mind, don't mind. So non-choice can actually not knock out Arbalava. Non-choice cannot knock out Arbalava. Yeah, if it's not choice, it can't knock me out. So we always go for the Giga Drain here. No matter what. Maybe Uxie comes out, that's fine. I do a lot to Keldeo as well. If he Calm Minds up, that's not a problem either. It's a little bit risky too, because I get Alluring Voice. I'm assuming Rotom's going to come out. Yeah, both Aura Sphere and Vacuum Wave cannot... excuse me, both Aura Sphere and Secret Sword cannot knock me out. They do about the same, actually. There's Rotom. Ooh, big chip, big chip. Low key. I mean, I'm assuming he tricks here or volts. If he tricks me... Do I want to risk my Urshifu? I kind of do. It's so bad to risk it, but like, Arbalava's so good in this game. Tough turn. I need Arbalava. You definitely win. You for sure win, especially with Spike up. I definitely think he tricks here. But if he volts, it's bad for my Shifu. I think I'd make the Urshifu play. Because if he volts, right? Like... If he volts, he volts. It's just better. I can't let... I'd rather Urshifu go down. He does volt. Great play. I'd rather Urshifu go down than anything else. Like, I much rather Urshifu go down. It was a tough call with Arbalava, because Arbalava is really, really, really good. And if he tricks, that's going to open up my Screamtail as well. So, like, I'd much rather Arbalava go down. Dun, dun. Treads. Keldeo can Vacuum Wave if he really wants to, if it has it. Psychic Fangs looks really, really, really good soon. Psychic Fangs looks very good. And again, we just need damage on Treads. I wonder if he expects me to be, or if he knows I'm Scarf, because I could just be max speed. And I just made a risky, obviously I just made a risky play, but again, I think that Arbalava needs to be alive, because it deals with Keldeo, Treads, Meowscarada, and Uxie. Alright, big Keldeo comes out. I always CC. He does have Vacuum Wave. That's fine. Do I go for it now? Do I go for this now in Earthquake into Keldeo? It's a little... Because I need to weaken... In order to win with Screamtail, I need to weaken Treads. Because once Treads is gone, this thing can win. He's definitely going to trick eventually, man. I think I go Metagross. I think I definitely go Metagross. I can go for Earthquake here and 2 KO Treads. If he tries and risk Treads, he might go Uxie first. I do think Treads is an okay risk for him. I'm going to go for Earthquake. Because if I do catch Treads, it opens up my win. He does go Uxie. That's fine. Yeah, I really want to slam there, but it was so tough. Da-na-na-na-na-na. My ground isn't that great into this game either. He might have knock. I'll go Arbalova. I think I just got to commit to the Screamtail win at this point. That's what I got to do. Like, I literally got to commit to Screamtail. He encores. That's fine. All right, we always Giga Drain here. Good to know he has Encore. We gotta be really careful about this. But yeah, Giga Drain's always free. Because I can Encore Sinistcha if it wants to set up as well. If he hits me with knockoff, he gives me the boost. I wonder if he does end up going Rotom though. Again. He takes my Citrus, which is okay. It just means I don't take rocks every time. Obviously, he gets the heal right here, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, he gets the heal, but I'm okay with that. Because I think I do about the same anyway. Alright, so we'll Giga Drain again. Yeah, he's about the same anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Gonna Giga Drain again into Rotom. I have to keep weakening everything. Encore's me to Giga Drain, which is fine. Yeah, being Encore to Giga Drain is okay. Alright, so that is now in Screamtail range. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Do I switch here? I mean, this is still free. I need more damage on Rotom, so I don't switch. Yeah, I can't. And if he goes Treads, like, I get damage on it too, so I can't switch. Meowscarada's okay. Meowscarada doesn't really matter. I get all my chip on it too. Meow can knock. I think I'll just become a fairy type. I think I kind of have to. It sucks because of Treads, obviously, being able to heavy slam me. But I really had to here. If he triple axles, I'm going to do a lot back. And if he U-turns, that's fine too, because it just gives me a terrain boost. Also, Encore's going to end this next turn, so... Yeah, he does U-turn. Let's see how much he did. He did 45. Arbalova. Air Fairy. So that's not choiced. Maybe it's pads. Rotom coming out is okay. I always just go for this. Like, obviously, me terrestrializing hurts because it means... I kind of had to. But it hurts because it means that Sinistcha is a little bit more annoying to deal with. But I still get this terrain boost to Giga Drain off. I also do live a heavy slam from the Iron Treads. And I need to damage that in order to win. I wonder if he goes hard Rotom. To try and trick. Because Giga Drain is still really, really, really good. I have options for Sinistcha as well. I have Trick and a few other things. Okay, he does give me Uxie. Perfect. That stack is gone. Nice. Annoying one. Let's just get me almost back to full. And Encore does end this turn. Now, I do live Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam does do a lot. Giga Drain does about 50. Yeah, there's... So I have a decision to make. Because I'm going to assume it's AV. If I want to win the game, I think I have to Giga Drain instead of Shrem Sap. Now, if he spins, it's even better for me. I have to Giga Drain. I do live Heavy Slam. Unless he's Choice Band or Life Orb. I live Heavy Slam. He's not. Perfect. Again, I have to Giga Drain. That is Assault Vest. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I literally had to. Gonna make the Metagross play here. No, I needed that because if I want to win with Screamtail, I need this damage. Like, I literally need this damage. Goes Ravi Slam again. Perfect. I'm going to trick here. I'm going to lock him into an item. No matter what comes out, I think it's good for me to trick. If it's Rotom, that's fine. Because then I can just switch up moves anyway. And if they overheat, I get to go for... I get to go for... What's it called? I get to go for a Calm Mind. And with the Spike Up, I do knock out Iron Treads, even with an Assault Vest. So I'm still good. I'm actually just going to Psychic Fangs as well. Find out how fast you are. If they want to overheat, I'm in a good spot too. So it's the same thing. I'm assuming he overheats. Because Focus Blast with that chip from Giga Drain does knock out Treads. Yeah, there's the overheat. Yeah, all right. Yeah, with Spike Up, it does. Go, my Screamtail. Tough game, man. Rotom's good. Rotom. We always Calm Mind here. Treads does die. If I get 2 Calm Minds over, it's Super Jover too. Iron Treads. Is there a way I live Heavy Slam as well? If it's max attack, no. It's not max attack though. But even without max attack, it still does a lot. I need to Calm Mind up twice as well to beat this mon. Actually, Dazzling Gleam can win, so. There's Sinistcha. I don't know if Sinistcha has the... I don't know what Sinistcha's set is, but I literally have to Calm Mind. So, and then Psychic Noise spam. If it's Trick, it's Trick. If it's Stun Spore, it's Stun Spore. Alright, Dazzling Gleam first, actually, see me. It does the most damage. Get rid of this booster energy as well. If he goes out into... Yeah, no, I need this, because I need to be able to Psychic Noise after. Which stops Matcha Gotcha. If he becomes a Steel type, I can just Psychic Noise into Focus Blast as well. So, like, I need 2 Calm Minds to knock out Rotom. But yeah, Dazzling Gleam is my play. Alright, 1 Shadow Ball. Does nothing. No Spadaf drop. I would like a second... I think a second Calm Mind is my play. If it's Scarf Meow, it's Scarf Meow, but I think a second Calm Mind is my play. Because I need to be able to knock out Rotom. Yeah, Shadow Ball, no crit. Thanks. I mean, I don't know if he's stealing this or Fairy, but I always Dazzling Gleam. If Meow is Scarf, Meow is Scarf. Rotom does die to Psychic Noise. If Treads comes out, I gotta land 3 Focus Blasts in a row. And a guy like me does it. If Meow's Scarf, it's Scarf. But Rotom I do kill, so... Or it's close, rather. It's real close. Again, this was the endgame we were going for. This is why I went for Giga Drain versus Treads as opposed to Strem Sap. I wish this Mon learned Drainicus, bro. Oh my god, it'd be so nice. Bring out Rotom. Bring out the Rotom. Also, it's my choice to run Focus Blast, so if it does come down to it and I miss versus Treads, I'll take it. Like, it was my choice. I felt like I needed to run that. Can't run Fire Blast. There's Treads, yeah. So I felt like I needed to run this. He needs to dodge again like he did last week, if I'm not mistaken. So he needs to dodge. He's going for the dodge. If I miss, my season ends on Focus Blast, and I'm fine with that. I got really lucky last week, and it's my choice to bring this. I needed it. I couldn't run Fire Blast, which is more accurate because of the Thick Fat, or whatever the hell it is, on the other Mon. So let's see. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na. There goes my win. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na. Oh, well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my season. It ends on Focus Blast. Again, it was my choice to bring it. I needed it for that Mon specifically, and we missed there. So, good game. I'm not going to let him actually KO my Arboliva. I'm not going to let him KO my Arboliva because Arboliva does not die this season. So, I'm going to run. Good game to you, Jay Ricky. Good prep. I thought I played well for my Screamtail endgame, and yeah, he ends up dodging and wins. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Check out Jay Ricky. I'm sorry that we couldn't make it to finals this season. But it is what it is. We got an Ubers League coming out real soon. And yeah, leave a like. I'll hit him up for an interview, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I have nothing else to say. Thank you, Tony, for all the help. Thank you, Mav, Dylan, obviously, Uzi at times too, Tone, OG Albina. You guys are phenomenal, legit phenomenal people. And yeah, thank you. Really, thank you for everything. Thank you for being on my side as well. Sorry we couldn't pull out. Sorry we couldn't pull through, rather, in this one. But we almost did. Screamtail literally almost got the sweep. It kills Treads, and it kills Rotom, it kills Keldeo, and it kills Meowscarada. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's it. I'll hit him up. Peace. I'm here with Jay Ricky, the finalist, who will be getting revenge against Uzi for earlier in the season. How you doing, Jay Ricky?
Oh, I'm doing great. I mean, hopefully I do get some revenge on Uzi. But I don't know. I just want to publicly say, and for it to be recorded, I am sorry that the game happened that way. I promise I don't usually get this lucky, but the last 2 weeks against you and Mountay, I mean, they've just been like really, really lucky. And
Treads dodged Focus Blast in both of them, right?
Yeah, Treads just is so nimble. It just dodges every Focus Blast it has to. It's insane. It's not been hit by Focus Blast once in those 2 games, which is crazy because it's been clicked like 4 times and it just keeps dodging.
Yeah.
It's
Treads is really good. I thought your team was really strong into me. My game plan this time, especially when you were Scarf Rotom, I kind of had to make the risk with Shifu. I had bulk anyway, so I would live. But I felt like I had to make the risk there because I can't let Arboliva get... First off, I don't want it to die this season. And it wouldn't have if Screamtail... It didn't die because I ran. But it wouldn't have if Screamtail won the game like it wanted to, because I like that stat, that Arboliva does not die this entire season.
Does not die a single time. Yeah, that's what... Low-key, I wasn't expecting you to bring Arboliva, because I was like, if he doesn't want it to die, then like...
I mean, it's really good into you, though.
No, it is.
Like Encore, and I had Terra Blast over Alluring Voice initially, so I could hit Rotom, but I was like, F Rotom, man. Because like if Thunderbolt does, what, 20, and then Focus Blast does another 40, I was like, okay, so it can only come in once on Arboliva anyway, if terrain's up, so I don't really have to worry about that. I think you made some really good plays to keep up momentum, but I was still just fighting for... I was literally waiting for the position where Uxie was gone, so it couldn't Encore my Screamtail, right? So that's why I stayed in, no matter what. Where Rotom was about half, because that's where it dies to Scream, and then where Treads was in. This was the position I was waiting for the entire time. Because that's why I didn't Strem Sap with my Arboliva on your Treads, even though I knew I lived even max attack. I didn't Strem Sap because I was like, I know I need this. If I want to win this game, I tried to keep all the pieces I needed more. Like, Scarf Trick Gross is really cool. And obviously, Terastallizing with Arboliva meant that I no longer could Super Wall Sinistcha. But if I Encore it, even if you have Mental Herb, it doesn't matter. I just Encore it again, and then I Trick. And then I also have I have a Overcloak with
Covert Cloak.
Yeah, it wasn't
that, yeah.
it's not my Masquerada switching. Like I know you were probably protected pads, right? Yeah, protected pads.
Yeah, I was pads. Yeah.
Yeah, so because you expect probably poison point, Rocky helmet, etc., etc.
Yeah,
It's not my switching to Masquerada. This is just dedicated to get up a spike and pain split, live a specs hit from Keldeo, pain split back to health, and kind of go from there. But that was kind of mine. I really like the team you brought. A lot of trick, a lot of annoyances. I think Specs Keldeo was also best into me. You greedy.
100%.
You're so greedy with this speed tier, bro.
If you knew how much I stressed during the entire week to figure out what speed to run on Keldeo and Treads, dude, because like I know that you love running your Adamant Urshifu, and I know that like Entei, if it's like Terra normal E speed, it's going to be Adamant. But I was just like, I wanted to be so much greedier than this on both Keldeo and Treads. Like I was initially hitting like 273 speed, which was like Urshifu creeping max modest Rotom. That's what I was going for.
Which is what I am, yeah.
Which is what you are, because like I swear to God, I knew you were gonna run Adamant, but in mocks people kept running Jolly, and I was like, and it just really put me in like a bad spot. So I was like, I'm pretty confident he's gonna do this, but if he doesn't do it, then it can just completely lose me the game before it even starts. So I just had to be a little bit more conservative with my speed tiers. But that's the speed that I did think you were gonna run on the.
Well, initially I was Jolly, and I was like, F this. I don't care if he outspeeds me. I'm like literally, because at the end of the day, my Screamtail wins. That's what. Yeah. At the end of the day, my Screamtail
that was your whole game plan. Yeah. The team was built entirely around.
Yeah, literally. I have Trick. I have this to mess things up. I use this to weaken stuff. Like that's why. And unfortunately, this is one of the games where I'm using inaccurate moves. I'm gonna miss. That's what happens. Yeah. I'm forced to run Focus Blast in this game. You have a Treads. Yeah. That's the only way Thunders can hit it. It doesn't have Incinerate anymore, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, no, that's,
and then and if I use Flamethrower on Screamtail, not only is it weaker, but it also doesn't beat Steel type.
Steel type, yeah.
So I need it, and it also doesn't do great into like Hariyama. So I needed this. And that was like the whole idea. This guy lives like a modest Specs Keldeo's easily, and Citrus Berry, and then I just Giga Drain it back. All.
Yeah. No, like on Team Preview, I was like, okay. And even when I started building, Specs Keldeo was the first Pokemon I put onto the team because, like, obviously you really do struggle to switch into it. You would have to be some sort of like. I was expecting Screamtail to be the pivot and like for it to be faster, and then you just run like Citrus Berry or like Screens or like Wish Protect. I was expecting more of that type of Screamtail, which is why in the game when you didn't bring it out in the mid game to like get screens or anything, I was like, okay, that dude is definitely going to be some type of setup. But I've noticed that a lot of people are forced to run Focus Blast into my team, and Addison once said, I remember her saying that like. If you draft a team that forces people to run inaccurate moves, then that's just something that in the game it might actually come into play and it plays in your favor. So I guess my team does force the Focus Blast coverage because you and Mountay brought it on the fairy types.
Yeah. I will say I thought you had a second play that you could have made instead of going right to Treads. I think you could have made it actually even harder for me. So after I Calm Mind, that's why I Calm Mind the second time, right? But if you had gone Rotom, you do live Psychic Noise. And you could have tricked me, and then after Sinister died, you could have forced me before the second Calm Mind. Excuse me, before the second.
Yeah, before the second.
Yeah, you could have forced me to click Focus Blast 4 times. Which
I mean, when I went into Sinister and you went for Calm Mind, I kind of just like, okay, I just kind of have to hope that he doesn't go for a second Calm Mind, and I can just like Shadow Ball, and then I can, because at that point. I was like, if you do go for a second Calm Mind and I go into Rotom, then
it's over.
It doesn't matter anyways. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. So I was kind of like, let me just click Shadow Ball. Maybe I get a Spadef drop, put it in range of like Vacuum Wave Keldeo. I don't know how much you would be at or something, but that was the sort of gameplay. But I mean, I did get bailed, and it's like there's not much that I can do. Like it was a 50-50 between like you being bulk up or like Calm Mind. And I guess in the end, it didn't really matter because it would come down to Focus Blast anyways. But that's why I made the Sinistcha play. My team was kind of built in like a similar way, where it's like I just wanted like Sinistcha was supposed to be my end game because you have a lot of physical offense on your team. Like the only special offense that you have, like that's like super strong, would be something like the Thundurus, and then obviously the Arboliva, but it's a little bit slower. So I just wanted my team to be able to beat whatever beats Sinistcha, mainly like the Overquill, which is where the trick Flame Orb on Uxie came from. Yep. I was hoping you would lead with it, and I could just trick it a Flame Orb and just make the game so much easier. But yeah, Sinistcha was just sort of like meant to be the
This is literally Arboliva. The set you have is literally Arboliva. It's just strength sap 2 attacks, and then something that doesn't let you die, whether it be Encore, which you can't have, or like
which
I'm actually surprised you didn't even put Curse here. Curse would have been cool.
The last 2 moves on Sinistcha was like so hard. Like I really wanted to do Mono Shadow Ball, but I couldn't because you could just bring like Terra Normal Entei because that thing can always come, because like in an end game scenario, it can look pretty scary if I let my treads go down or my Sinistcha. So I was like, I can't go mono Shadow Ball, because that's what I really wanted to do. Then I toyed around with like Calm Mind, I turned around with Curse, I toyed around with like a bunch of different sets. Like Mental Herb was something that I didn't want to run, but I just felt like I had to, because if you bring in Screen Tail and just Encore me, then Sinistcha just doesn't do anything. So I felt I was forced to bring the Mental Herb. But yeah, this guy was supposed to be the sort of like end game
MVP.
Yeah, but.
Did you go Fairy over Steel because you were like, oh my god, Urshifu?
Yeah, kind of a little bit, yeah. I was like, I didn't really plan on Terraing Sinistcha that much. Like, the only time I was Terra Sinistraing in Mox was like endgame scenario when there was like Scarfed Urshifu and like Entei were the last 2 Pokemon left. Like, I could Terra Fairy and I could get rid of like Ice Spinner weakness and Sacred Fire weakness. That was the only situation where I really saw myself Terraing it. Because otherwise, then I wasn't really planning on Terra Sinistra that much. You know what I was terrified that you would bring? I was terrified that you'd bring like Rain Dance on Thundurus with like offensive overthrow.
Initially I was. And just
fucking destroy me, because I was like, Jesus Christ, this really does destroy me. But I didn't really have much to do.
I was originally, and it just didn't work in Mox, so I was like, whatever. Because I built my team yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I played a couple Mox with the Rain version, shot some Mavic shooters, and then I was like, oh, this is not working. Let's just do this. I will say, originally my Metagross, because I see you have a little bit of speed to creep. A Metagross trying to outspeed Meow or whatever. Originally, my Metagross was this much speed. To have a little bit of speed, trying to speed Scarf Rotom, trying to speed me. Like, initially I had this, but the reason I went down is because it lives Bandit Sucker after Rock and Spike. So
that bit of HP actually made, like, the difference with the Sucker Punch roll.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, the speed on Rotom was for, like, more so, like, Trailblaze Urshifu, because I was not expecting Scarf Metagross at all. If I said I was expecting Scarf Metagross, I'd be lying.
This is a demon speed tier, by the way. I mean, like, obviously this Urshifu would have been really good there, but I just felt like at the point, if I need to win, you're never going to let me hit Iron Treads with Urshifu. I need to keep Arboliva non-tricked, because Trick was still a valid play there, too, if you didn't think whatever was coming out. Plus, Overheat was really good as well every turn.
Yeah, Overheat into your team was pretty strong.
Rotom's a good mon.
I had like a defensive set at first, but then I was just like, people kept telling me to run Scarf. Yeah, like it was like offensive, because like I was very scared of like Nasty Plot Thundurus as well, because if you click Nasty Plot as I like switch into like Treads or whatever, then it just blows me back. So at least Rotom could be like a good one-time pivot, because in one mock I tried to go Meowscarada on a Thundurus expecting Nasty Plot to come off, and they just clicked U-turn and did 99% to me. So I was like, okay, I can't be doing that.
Yes.
And because Sinistcha was supposed to be like the end game Pokemon, I really didn't want to like have to use it early game to switch into Thundurus anyway. So I had a bulky Rotom at first to like switch into those guys, but like Scarf did really look pretty decent to your team with like Overheat and stuff. So yeah, I just decided to put Scarf at the end.
I like the 6 you brought. They're basically what I expected, besides maybe like I think Hariyama could be on this team too overall. I think he could bring both the Terra Captains here if you really wanted to. Because that Belly Drum set was still pretty cool to force damage on this guy and to force this guy out. It was a good game, dude. It was a real good game.
I mean, it was a good game, yeah. Like obviously it sucks that it ended in the way that it did, but it's just
dude, it was my choice.
As bad as it sounds. Yeah.
And also Uzi doesn't get to finish his story, which is just so freaking
That's hilarious, actually.
Because for those that don't know, I've never lost to Uzi. And we've played a lot, and we played in finals a lot. So if he beat me, I definitely think his Gouging Fire, Kilowattrel, Specs, Tinglu, and Amorous had probably the best shot. So I dodged the bullet with Jay Ricky dodging Focus Blast, because now I can focus on the Ubers Draft League a week ahead of time instead of playing it after, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I mean, I don't really like Ubers as a format, but it's
just one extra mon. It's just one extra mon.
I was just never a big fan, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna try to do like analyst content for the BBL and just see from like afar how exactly it plays out, so I can have a better opinion on it. Because I don't know. I just something about just one Pokemon just being like infinitely like stronger than the rest just completely like puts me off. But
I mean, I think it's tough though, because like is a raw Mewtwo. Okay, let's not take Mewtwo. That's Is a raw Zekrom better than a Terra Baxcalibur with Dragon Dance?
I mean, probably not. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, right? Like, so I think Mewtwo is an exception, right? The top three are probably an exception, but I do think that there's certain Terra, like I don't think Bax is good in draft except for Terra. I think it's insane with Terra.
Yeah, with Terra.
Without Terra, I think it's mid. But it is just one extra mon. For some people, it's more. I mean, I play Vepsis one, and his team is stupid. That's really good. But I think with Terra as well, there's a lot of decent options into it. There's a lot of S-class Terra captains in general too, like Raging Bull.
Yeah. Like your Terra captain is, I won't say what it is, but your Terra captain.
They know my team. My full team's been revealed.
Oh, they know it?
Yeah,
okay.
They know it's Zarude.
Fucking Terra Zarude is insane. I love that thing so much. I think Open Terra, like Zarude, is just like easily.
It's considered S-class. It's up there with Torn and Ogre Pawns and
100%.
But what about my second Terra captain?
What is your second Terra captain? I actually don't know.
Avalugg.
Okay.
Are you hating? I hear hater in your voice.
I mean, I'm definitely not a believer. I can say that much. But
well, let me tell you, no one was a believer until I pulled up with our believer. Okay, so
that is true. That is true. Honestly, nobody was a believer.
Just know I can do it with Avalugg. That's my goat.
No, I mean, in Ubers, just being a physical probably like super helpful for certain matchups.
Everybody's gonna tech overheat and special move, but it doesn't really matter.
I'll respect it. I'll respect it. You know what I love is that neither of us picked an S tier, and we just made it to semis because our A tiers are like
A tiers are good. I mean, Masquerada is low key an S tier, right?
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
And after playing with Shifu, I think it's better than people give it credit for.
I think Rapid Strike is better than Single Strike.
Yeah,
I've
been thinking the same thing. Like maybe I've been scared of by OU, but I do think Single Strike is better than Rapid Strike for sure. The water fighting is so nice.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice.
Sucker Punch is nice, stronger than Jet, but like, you don't really need it, man. This mon's good.
Yeah, no, you don't need it. Yeah, especially if you just run Adamant, you just Surging Strikes it. It's just like you're gonna be killing most things anyway, so it's fine. Like I genuinely think like Rapid Strike in Draft League is better than Single Strike, and I know a lot of people in the community are starting to sort of like feel the same way. So I think you proved it that this guy is definitely an S tier.
Good. I think it's my kill leader.
No matter what. I wouldn't be surprised. That thing is like, if you were Bandit, you just like 2 KO'd everything on my team but Sinistcha, and I was like, this is terrifying. This is
terrifying. Originally, like SD Trailblaze looked really good into you as well. With Rindoberry or Clear Amulet was what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was expecting Clear Amulet for sure. Rindoberry, not so much. So if you were Rindoberry, you were definitely gonna catch me. But Clear Amulet, I was. How much did you respect Salamence in prep? Did you think it would like potentially come? Or
I respected it a lot. It's the reason why I got Double Fairy, Ice Spinner, and Thunderwave on Thundurus. Plus, the good thing of versus Ments is like, because people use specs versus me, they use special, they use Fizz Death, they use a bunch of stuff. The good thing versus Ments is I have Intimidate for setup, and the big thing is if you're Dragon Dance, I just go Metagross into Arboliva, get up the grassy terrain, and I either kill you with Alluring Voice or I make it so Metagross lives it. Because Heavy Slam does like 75%, like minimum.
Heavy Slam is such a strong move for no reason. Like I was definitely sleeping on Heavy Slam before this season, but I've just been running it on Treads and just like 2 KOs like so many different things.
You know this set with a Spike has a roll to get 2 KO'd by Heavy Slam.
Actually?
Yeah, I'll show you. With Spike up, just because.
Yeah, I mean, in most mocks, when Metagross was coming in, I was already at like a +2 defense, so I didn't really like.
Very fair.
But yeah, no, I see that. Yeah.
You see, that's 40 to 47.
Like 40 to 47.
That's like that's just raw. That's insane. Yeah.
That's insane amount of damage. Yeah. Heavy Slam is so strong, bro.
It is.
Especially on Pokemon like Metagross and Treads. Like it's such a good move.
Initially, I had Explosion over Earthquake, but people were running Terra Steel Hariyama, and I liked having an option into it besides booming. But Explosion was there for Rotom. I think if I went more speed, I would have went for that as well. Just max, but I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, people know who should have won, but it's just.
Dude, I don't even know if I should be here, bro. Look at my last week, but I guess you can say the same.
That's fair. Like, look at my last week. Like the second Focus Blast on the Treads miss, like it didn't matter because I would have lived because I knocked off the Life Orb. But the first one sucked so bad because it just meant that I could just afford to make that play later down the line, and it's like.
I do think Mount should have went Flagon anyway.
100%.
He was scared of Terra Steel Bullet Punch, but he saw Terra Blast and Heavy Slam.
He saw Terra Blast.
Yeah. So there was.
He should have.
It happens in the moment. Though.
Yeah, people don't realize like. It's like when you're actually playing the game, it's like so hard to like take everything into consideration. It just like you just kind of sometimes your mind just draws a blank and you just like forget whatever is going on. It's crazy. Yeah,
you can't be at 100% of the time. You try to be. But even like Pokemon's also a mental game, dude. There's a lot of I've said it before because I had some pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
like
Yeah, it's so much of the mental going into it, and like it's about consistency, and like being consistently good at Pokemon is hard because of everything that you just mentioned, like the mental game, the hacks that comes into it, the prep, the whatever, like taking everything into consideration. Like it's so hard to be consistent at Pokemon. So like when I see people like you and like Mount are like consistently at the top, like that's actually like really really impressive. Because I know I've been playing Draft League since like Gen 6. I know how hard it is to be consistently good at competitive Pokemon. So
I will say I've gotten luckier in Scarlet and Violet than I have in others because I've lost. I mean, this is the first time that I lost off of a miss, but again, that's my fault.
Yeah.
For even using Focus Blast, but I had to. But
Yeah.
like in like other ones, I've been like confused to death and stuff by hurricanes. But like versus Uzi, I'll
Yeah.
dodge every hurricane. So it is what it is. I'm excited though
Yeah.
for your game versus him. I do think I think he's excited as well to play you and then get a win that he doesn't crit you with.
Yeah, no, I'm
or dodge,
excited to get
something like
some revenge. It, like an Iron Head flinch, like 30%.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that was brutal. But so I'm very excited to go ahead and run it back with Uzi as well because obviously we're really good friends. I've known him for a long time, and that game happening the way it did really did suck. So I'm glad we have the chance to run it back for like the actual like title of the PPL, which is like really really fun. So
Yeah, best of
I'm
luck. to
super
both
excited
of
for
you,
that.
honestly. And I'll
Thank
look
you.
forward to the game, and I can finally work on my Ubers Draft League. So
Yeah, you've earned your rest, so you can go ahead and focus on the Ubers League.
I hope you guys enjoy. Please check out Jay Ricky. Does some great content. That comment, I saw you reply to that comment yesterday. I thought somebody cloned Joey was really freaking funny.
Yeah, bro, I was not ready for that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But check out Jay Ricky, and obviously I want to give a big shout out to everybody who helped me this season, like Mount and Tony and Mav and Owen and Tone and Dylan. You know, you guys all know who you are. Like, you guys are the goats as well. But anything you want to say to the people before you sign off?
I mean, don't hate me too much for beating Joey the way I did. I
Oh,
hope
no,
you
I
guys
care.
support me
This is the best
finals.
ending. This is best ending for Joey.
Honestly, I respect it, and I mean, I just hope you guys are excited for finals. That you go ahead and sit tight because I'll be sure me and Uzi are gonna put on a banger of a game. At least that would be fitting for the end of the PPL.
Yeah. So definitely stay tuned to that, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We'll obviously be watching that in the watch together at some point too. And I'll see you guys in the Ubers League next. So that's all I got to say. Peace, guys.